Speaking of some news that's also happened today, Twitter, Elon Musk has officially purchased it. He is now the chief twit of Twitter. Anthony Noto used to be the COO of Twitter, and the CEO Parag Agrawal walked away with about $60 million. Any thoughts on
walked away?
Well, he was escorted out.
Do you mean escorted out?
Do you think they actually escorted? Like he knew.
Okay, so this is the thing that fucking kills me is this bias in the media because half of the publications were like Elon signed the paperwork and Parag and Ned Siegel and everybody else in the exec team, I think 4 execs were in the HQ. They were all escorted out. And then you have CNBC and fucking Washington Post. They were like, oh, Elon took over. All the execs are leaving as if they're like doing it in solidarity.
Yeah.
It's like bullshit. Anyways.
Well, so here's my question. Anthony Noto, do you think he would be proud of someone like Elon running the company or he wouldn't like it?
I have a take on this. If nobody else wants to go.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
I think Noto and Elon would be on the same page, given the entire mission of what Elon is trying to achieve with the Twitter thing. There's a whole bunch. So I made a recent video on, okay, what are a couple of moves that are coming next after this transition based on tweets that Elon has put out since April, since the entire negotiation started. And he wants to integrate payments, like his whole PayPal background. He wants to integrate shopping. Like he wants to make this like the everything app closer to WeChat, where people can do many, many things onto Twitter. And so I think that Twitter very soon is going to become our actual real competitor to Meta in terms of that eyeballs on page or market share that they're stealing. They're going to become a competitor to YouTube because he wants to reward content creators. I don't know how that's going to work out. But where I say that they're aligned with Noto is this aggregation of different services to create an all-in-one platform, because surprise, surprise, that's exactly what SOFI is, except it's for financial services products. SOFI has the lending side, SOFI has the B2B aspect. SOFI has the financial services aspects with their credit cards. They have, crypto. They have all of these different things. You're going to have options trading very soon. They have margin trading. And so this entire mantra or this top level sort of thesis of having a user use one app instead of using 5 apps for all of their financial services needs, whether it is to check their car loan, their mortgage, or their crypto account, I think that meshes very well with the entire goal of what Elon is trying to do with Twitter with regards to having one app where users can access many parts of their life. And to some extent, I think this has been validated by the market. The market has been moving more towards this aggregation in terms of what apps they actually use or where they dedicate their leisure time, as opposed to, having 50 different apps on their phone. They only want to have 5.
One thing I want to add to what Tevis said real quick is this is actually really, really cool. Not a lot of people know is around 7 to 8 months ago, there's a person on Reddit called Bender9000, and he went through like the text code after an update and found out that SOFI, their team was actually experimenting with adding tweets into the app built in. So like you would go to a stock and you would see like popular tweets about the stock, or you would go through your banking application and underneath there'd be like a Rolodex of tweets you can go through based on like your linked Twitter. But there is actual code in the SOFI app right now that suggests that there's going to be some sort of Twitter integration in the future, which is kind of cool, because if that were to happen, it's just one step closer to make maybe one day doing something.
Yeah, and look at SOFI Hong Kong, right? We talked about this before. I don't know if on this pod or just between us, but SOFI Hong Kong basically has a similar offering where it's that content creation plus that financial investing aspect or that group investing, similar to what StockTwits is or public.com, right?
A social side.
Exactly, right? And so we can see natural synergies there. So if they do,
but Twitter's buying SOFI. That's your argument.
Hey man, I think Elon has enough fucking money to buy SOFI if he wanted to.
That's so interesting, man. I agree with you on the everything app idea, because there was someone tweeted that Twitter should have a YouTube competitor. Elon put an emoji, like a winking face underneath it this week. He's obviously had a lot of ideas around payments.
Really?
Yeah, someone was like, hey, why do I tweet my links to YouTube videos? Why can't I just put them on Twitter?
tell me I'm wrong, but all of this leads to AI. Like he's so focused on AI, he's gonna do something with AI and Twitter, where it's gonna be like next level. We're gonna start seeing like Twitter accounts that are bots that are led by Elon Musk, and they're all gonna be AI. I don't know, dude. Or it's gonna be like, I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think that's what it is? Why is he buying Twitter?
A lot of it, Riley, and just in my opinion, is going to be built on the backs of that creator economy. So if Elon, number one, starts creating longer form tweets, which are already being augmented with threads, he just wants to make that process easier. If he starts to promote actual, let's say I want to make a YouTube video, and instead of posting it on YouTube, I get a better split as a creator on Twitter, then I'm more incentivized to start bringing in people. That flywheel starts rolling in terms of eyeballs, right? In terms of shares, in terms of likes. And all of a sudden, Twitter becomes this place where people flock to. And so I really think that for Twitter as a social media company, the secret sauce of their growth is really the incentivization of creators. And I think that's where he's going to focus on first. Integrating payments, integrating shopping. Think of what is at the heart of all of that, right? Creators creating content. As you create content, you have this influencer status, and you can do shopping, you know, similar to what YouTube has with shops. You can do payments, link out to a Patreon, link out to a link tree, whatever you have it. So I really do think that creators are at the heart of this move, which is really interesting to see.
That's a great point.
Influencers. micro influencers. Yeah.
One thing on the docket was Anthony Noto's salary. Tanner, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'll loop the two in. So let's just look at Twitter and his salary at the same time, because some people think Noto's making bank. Okay. And one thing that a lot I understand that there's a lot of emits chat here and some SOFI followers, and it's a mix of two. So the SOFI followers will know that Anthony Noto is notorious for insider buying of his own. Well, not illegal insider buying, but he's buying a lot of shares of his own company. Okay. He buys a lot of shares of SOFI. Lately, though, this has really gone back. Okay. He's not been buying a lot of shares. Personally, my opinion is the guy's not made out of money. Okay. And people go, oh, well, he's made $100 million in stock options. Yeah, but there's SOFI stock options. He's not selling SOFI to buy SOFI. Like, you know, so it's silly. That's just because the company had went public. I mean, the same year that he made 100 million, Vlad Tenev of a company almost the same size as us for Robinhood, he made like $800 million. So this is just this state that we're in. Okay. But, so what was I going to say there? So Anthony Noto, his real salary is about $1.4 million a year. That's before tax. Okay. Not a whole lot of room once you see his mansion and everything like this to go out and buy as many shares as he possibly can. But now that Elon Musk has actually bought Twitter, okay, like you said, Anthony Noto used to be the COO. He's going to make a lot of money.
How many shares did he
share
have?
for you guys exactly how much? If you could share my screen there.
I'm going to guess it's like 400 million.
No, $125 million.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what was his cost average on those?
It doesn't matter. Well, I don't know how much he actually bought, but what's happening is that, you know, he's going to end up getting paid out $125 million. So whatever his cost basis is, I don't know, but he's going to have $125 million of liquid assets, because that's the price that Elon Musk bought it out, was like $54.20.
Basically, Anthony Noto is going to be loading up the fucking wagon on SoFi stock soon.
Maybe, potentially.
Maybe,
hopefully,
but
hopefully
maybe not as well.
But now this is
buying Goldman Sachs at 6.
Fuck. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But you know what? I think he just doesn't have a lot of access to liquidity right now. Yes, he made bank, but he got a lot of money in SoFi shares. No one's selling SoFi shares to buy SoFi shares. Doesn't make any sense. You know, he doesn't make like a ton of money in cash. This is cash. Okay. So might be quite interesting to now start following what Anthony Noto does on the insider buying side, because he's going to be rich. I don't know when the actual payout and everything like this actually happens.
Here's the question.
But, yeah, interesting for sure.
I'm going to ask each of you, what's the first thing you would do with $125 million, but you have literally 10 seconds to answer. You can't think. Riley, first thing you would do.
Dude, oh my God.
Gut reaction.
I would start a business and invest like 50% of it.
Okay, that was the most
and then
boring
just
answer.
never have to
Tanner,
work.
Tanner, what would you
Yeah, dude, that was not my answer at all. Yacht. I'll never see you guys again. Bye.
You just stole mine. I was gonna say, look at yachts.
Put in the chat. What would you do? 125 million. That's a lot of money.
I'm not even a boat person. I probably like get boat sick or something or seasick.
I would just go all in YOLO options for earnings play. Let's go.
I would put all of it into Meta. I would be like,
Shut the fuck up, really?